To land on the CV-83 Oberon using my FA-18, first you need to jettison all of the pylons to reduce your weight and ensure there is nothing that can snag the arresting cable. Switch to the pylon menu by pressing Ctrl 5. Each number on the toolbar corresponds to the pylon number, 1 through 9 from left to right. Press each number to jettison each pylon. Next, switch back to the main menu with Ctrl 1 and turn off any throttle override. Also, ensure cruise control is off by pressing 4. Switch to the trimming menu with Ctrl 2 and make sure auto level is turned off by pressing 2, and ensure trimming number 3 is turned off as well. Finally, turn on the handbrake. Proper procedure would have you pass the carrier to inspect the landing area and ensure it is clear and ready for you to land. Once you get past the aircraft carrier, bank left and fly towards the start of the approach glide slope at the rear. You want to get at least 1.5 kilometers out before turning to face the carrier. During this final bank, you want to bleed any excess speed, being careful not to stall. You want your speed to be around 50 meters per second after the final turn. To start your approach, you want to be at the speed of about 45 meters per second and the altitude of about 130 meters when you are about 1 kilometer away. The glide slope lights on the carrier indicate if you are too low or too high. Try to keep the yellow light in line with the green lights and keep the nose of your aircraft in line with the yellow light and the corresponding yellow line on the carrier surface. On the glide slope, you don't correct your height with the mouse. Instead, you adjust mainly with the throttle. Increase throttle slightly if you're too low and decrease if you're too high. Feather the throttle by pressing W, tapping it for small bursts of speed as you need to correct. You want your descent rate around -5 meters per second. You can see your descent rate above the altitude on the artificial horizon. When you get to around 200 meters from the carrier, you can switch to third person for a better view and lining up the back wheels. You want to be going around 35 meters per second when touching down. Too fast and you may damage your ship on contact with the arresting cables. Similarly, if you hit the arresting cables too far to the left or the right, you will damage your aircraft. When the cables catch you, after a moment a green light turns on and the cables will release. Unlock the handbrake and move away from the cables. You'll see the green lights turn off and the cables will start to reset back to their original position.